What's up? Out of nowhere, second stream of the day. Well, not necessarily out of nowhere. I said I'm gonna be here later. The original plan, everybody, was to cast the early access release of The Scouring, a new RTS title that is very much inspired by Warcraft 2. Even has humans and orcs, etc., etc. But it's $20, and I don't feel like paying for early access after the last time I paid for early access was not that great. So I'll reach out in the upcoming days and see if we can get creator influencer exposure keys. And then I really want. There were like 3K people watching today. Mostly one creator though. But yeah, all the best of them. Lots of people are full of praise for The Scouring. It is a nice little project by just one person, which is mental, isn't it? Berchi, nice to see you. Forks, nice to see you. Hello, Werlo. I hope you're not too disappointed that there is no Scouring. Goddamn. Mosquitoes, everybody. Mosquitoes everywhere. This is the first day where it's not like raining or gray or whatever. If I just pass out during the stream, I have no blood left. I look like, what's it called? I look like I have, I gotta look up the English term. I look like I got the bubonic plague.
Bubonic plague.
Yeah, exactly that. God damn, I got sweet blood, unfortunately. And it's hella annoying. So if I blow into the microphone or be distracted a little bit, my mind is not working on 100% here in the mosquito heat of outskirts Hamburg. But that's the reason we're here, and that is one name written in blue and one name written in purple, and that is Infi versus Labby. They played a show match pretty much, you know, when I went off at like around 5, I said, "Ooh, let's see if there's a show match," and there was no show match. And then I made some food. Fish sticks. Very, very exquisite food for once. I went grocery shopping and did this and did that. And then they started pretty much 5 minutes after the stream was offline. They started Infi versus LabyRinth. And that is one of the greatest human versus undeads that we can think of. Listening to games while working, you're good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who wouldn't want to suck you, Mr. Celtic? Thank you, thank you. I like. Oh shit, this is very exciting. Hello, Qbert. Where game? Chill. We're only online for 3 minutes or so. Chill. People have to figure out that we're casting this. Ragamuffin, hello. And of course, we gotta determine here once and for all. Is Undead really overpowered? Was Sock just weak? Was Starbuck just weak? Is Infi the real deal? While we wait for the Fortitude games to come in Super League, we're gonna have 9 days in a row of Fortitude games alongside 9 days in a row of Lin games. So tomorrow is like the last bit of not super mega hyped games. And then it's 9 days where every day we're gonna have Lin, and we have 40. And on those 9 days, we have 6 happy games as well. That's crazy, isn't it? So 6 games with happy, Lin, 40 on 1 day in the Super League. Holy. I see you guys are hyped. That's really, really cool. What would I wonder, chat, maybe you can help me out with a little poll, with a little community survey. What would it do to your hype levels if I tell you that the first map is Lost Temple? Up, down, middle, to the moon, Omega erect? What are you feeling when you hear Infi, Labby, Lost Temple? I see people with laser eyes. The goats with laser eyes. Yep. Not a ladder map, lol. Lol cakes, you're a weird person. There are no words. Yeah, Grey Dwarf, I think so too. People so quiet, there are no words. Hey Lucas, what's up? Hope you had a good day. Later tonight, I got a pizza prepared with goat cheese, and because I see the goat, that reminds me, with goat cheese and dates. Oh, I'm gonna saliva the hell out of this. And here comes Q-word. Goat cheese. I don't like the texture of goat cheese. Dates. Dates on pizza and I'm weird. It's great, dude. Just came back from my old roommate. Now takeout and B2W. Oh, baby. Do you have good takeout around you? Because I'm done with takeout. I am officially done. Except if I'm like either super omega sick or like completely trashed from something. It's so bad. It's so bad around me. You know, usually the takeout is like pizza, pasta, kebab, whatever. And they're all shit. You know, there's this kind of pizza that is absolutely disgusting, but in a nasty way good. They can do that. That's all right. But you get 3 days of diarrhea afterwards. So that's the payoff. That's the balance you gotta find. And then there was a new Asian up. Oh my god. I haven't had dumplings in forever. Let's get dumplings. Let's get a whole mountain of dumplings, because dumplings are freaking amazing and they always remind me of our time when we went to China and it was great times. And there arrived a 90 minutes. 90 minutes. Dude, I can do the dough myself in 90 minutes. Fuck that. Oh, screw that. Sorry, family friendly. Screw that. So cold. Soy sauce busted open. It was a whole mess. It was in a sea of soy sauce. It was like unbelievable how you can fuck up takeout that bad. It's not that hard. Just ordered food. Now B2W. Dude, didn't you have like steak? You had cake for breakfast, Chucky. Then steak for dinner. And now you ordered food again? Starting the Sweet 16 heavy, eh? It's Sharky's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sharky. Happy birthday to you. 16 now. He can drive mopeds now. He can order beer. He can vote. It is my pleasure, Mr. Sharky. You are a nice addition to the scene. The evening hours, eh? The evening hours are odd. Time for lecker Bierchen. You know what? I might have a wine later. Because when it's hot, white wine is the best. Sharky can vote. Yes, you can vote at 16 in Germany. It's over. Bro. I think Sharky would be on the good side in any European election. Probably in any Western election. In any election. Sharky is one of the good guys. Pauli! Happy birthday, lecker Bierchen.
Happy birthday, lecker Bierchen. Take this Prime sub from GF's account.
Dude! Oh no. Pauli, what happened? Pauli, do we have to worry? So, Pauli, did you forget? Or did something... Oh, thankfully. Just mistyped. Okay. Because Pauli, for 19 months, was subbing from his girlfriend's account. And then last month, he wrote, take this Prime from my fiance's account. And that was super wholesome and lovely. So now I thought, oh shit, maybe after 1 month, it's back to girlfriend. But good. Good. Thank you, Pauli. So that's nice. Neo, do you use a chalice when you drink wine from atop your golden throne? Mr. Buttcrumbs, I do have to disappoint you. I don't get why you would have special glasses for wine. I have glasses, like I have one set of glasses for everything. And wine goes in there as well. Why would I need wine glasses? Makes no sense. Or beer glasses. Screw that. You know, back in my day when I was younger, we brought mustard and they were in like a glass thingy. And once the mustard was empty, you clean that glass and that's your new glass. Those days are over, unfortunately. They don't make these glasses anymore. A chalice is cool. That's right. But isn't it also metal? Makes it taste better. Bro, I've been smoking for 20 years. Do you think I taste the difference? Those days are gone. Makes it look fancy. Do you think that I care about fancy looks? You don't know me, lolcakes. You don't know me. Herr Wusel knows me. Herr Wusel's coming in on a Tuesday afternoon for the 96th sub in a row. There you go, buddy. Thank you. Can't serve wine to a lady in a freaking mug? Of course you can. Do you think a person likes you more or less because of a glass? Dude. Then something's wrong with you. If the decision, lady likes you, lady doesn't like you, is because of a wine glass, something's up there. What's the brand and model of your cam? I got a Sony Alpha 501 from the flea market. That's my cam. Wine in Tetra Pak. Bro, we had a lot of sangria when we were younger because we were poor and sangria costs like €1 for 2 liters. And we took it to festivals. And for a long time, that was freaking disgusting because festival is summer season and summer season is summer. And then the box is of course in the sun, and it gets piss warm. It's disgusting. And at some point, the sangria companies were so smart to not use like a box, but basically like a sack with aluminium foil around it, so it doesn't get hot anymore and it stays cold. It's freaking genius, man. That was one of the biggest technological leaps of my youth, and we were there when Discmen were invented. The wine sack, exactly. We were there when Discmen were invented, and MP3, and email. Well, not email, but Gmail. That was the crazy technological leap. You gotta drink wine with a straw. Now we're talking. Okay. Now we set the stage for like the class of this stream has been established. Now to add some class, let's watch some goddamn freaking Warcraft of freaking Infi and freaking Labby on freaking Lost Temple. Let's go. I think we set the tone right. Labby, right hand side. Infi, bottom. Lost Temple, man. I haven't seen Lost Temple in a while, and it's sad. We had this on ladder for a while and was super cool. Then it has fizzled out a little bit for whatever reason. And it is the reinvigorated Infi who's playing better than, I don't know, since TPL. And Labby, who's on a 10-game win streak in Super League. So, if I had to guess, it's Archmage Expo or Dreadlord Expo. Let's go. Is it the start of this best of 6, by the way? It's really weird. Like, they said best of 5 or play all 5 is not enough. We make it 6. But then, if it's 3-3, we're not going for a decider. Whatever. It's a Cryptlord. Boo! Okay, then we basically play meta. Infi Heaven. I agree, Teko. I agree, especially being close position to that expo. Question is, when will he figure out that it is close position? Is he scouting clockwise or not? Infi, obviously multiple time world champion, WGL champion, the first GCS champion, a WCG champion, a multiple time DreamHack champion. Golden days are quite some time ago though. It's time for Labby to shine. Alrighty, now, because the Acolyte is here so quickly from the right-hand side, Infi is smart and can just deduct that the close position is on the right-hand side, so he doesn't have to scout this so much. So this is interesting now, because level 3 on Lost Temple is actually not that easy to get. Level 2 is a gift. Level 3, I'm not even sure how to get there quickly. But Infi will know. He has played this many times. Would love to see show matches on non-meta maps. People should think about that. Like Lost Temple. Bring Nullwood back. You know, stuff like that. This was played on What 2 Champions, by the way. What a blessing. So the Flow TV is still up for anybody to watch. Both level 2, ring for the Crippy, Archmage here. And then Infi's aggressive as it seems. How fast can you get towers up? How fast can you get expos up? They both just simply ignore each other. Like, moin, moin, and go on with your day.
Players' forces are under attack.
Busfahrer Handgruß noch raus. But there is no expo here. We're first working on the Ziggurat, just like we're working on the Arcane here. Militia in position. Then Infi. Oh, is that a real high ground, by the way? It is, right? But I don't see any misses yet. So I don't know. Usually I was told when you see the cliff, it is a real high ground. But do we see any misses? Nice defense by Infi so far. There was no range, so there's no misses. Smart. Chat. Nice. First cancel here. Labby tried to squeeze through. With the second gold mine, but Infi actually a bit faster here. 3, 6, 7 workers. That's super expensive. Oh man. Good saves by Labby once again. His ghoul control has gotten so much better. Chicago Phil, nice to have you here. This is Lost Temple, Chicago Phil. Legendary map, Lost Temple. In case you were wondering. So, Labby had some good saves, but I guess Infi still eyes wide open. Gets 1 kill at least. Only now can he work on this. We do have Backpack for constant reinforcements with Rods of Necromancy. Huh? Any carrying? No? Not yet? At your service, Chicago Phil. If CM Punk is in chat, I just gotta. First little oversight by Infi maybe. Not having anything here at the fountain, so Labby can heal for free. And after the first little storm and skirmishes, we got these expos up. Infi isn't satisfied here, but it's pretty much exactly what we expected, right? Late level 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, but he might still be able to cancel this. It's of course the question, will Infi show everything already in a show match here when he still has to face Happy in Super League? Is that a warm-up for that very match? He cancelled very, very, very late. A lot of damage was already done to the Haunted in production. And Infi might lose some footmen, but for him, they're just disposable. If you accomplish what you want to accomplish, then it's alright if you lose 4 or 5 footmen, apparently. This cancel should lead to a massive Infi lead. Even though this is only 4 footmen remaining. He can rebuild them. He's teching at the same time. Neither does Labby have an expo, nor does he have a tech. It is a lot of XP though, that's right. So if Labby rushes across now with his 11 ghouls and deals an absurd amount of damage to Infi's base, maybe there's a chance.
A player's forces are under attack.
Infi can portal whenever he wants to. There is no tower. Takes 15 seconds. Very little repair here, actually. Man, this looks like the good old Pelly Rifle days. Infi is creeping for level 3. That's interesting. And is low on HP. And is low on mana. Ooh, this Ghoul Flood. You gotta get a lot of kills. We got still 20 workers remaining. Oh, 19. Couple of ghouls falling here as well, of course. This is the Archmage. This is not really scary, to be honest. New beetles, and we stay in this. Labby is buying time. And this is a lot of corpses. Not sure. Oh, Archmage, he used the town portal before. Labby! Labby gets the kill. Level 4 now. There's more skeletons. Will both heroes just fall? Nah, he blocks his way free. That is the comeback ability of a future world champ, everybody. Infi just texted tier 3. Okay. Labby's second base is up. Tech has started too. It is, of course, an entire tech behind. No impale, body block. Not really realistic. And since the shops are so far away, we don't have boots either.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, another block. Can't really reach, huh? Can't reach. Mountain King out. Infi has to work on workshops, ironically. Lumber mill and lumber upgrades save the day. Plus, of course, the nice little fact that he can just rebuild lumber workers from the main. Must be nice. If you can just replace your workers. Rise and undead. Infi back to the temple, wants to clean it out since everybody, including Infi, knows whoever gets the middle gets the win. Infi has 7 workers. I'm not sure if that's enough. Going mass air now, which I like. We've seen some Knight's Gyro variations on regular maps. When there was then no time for the Griffins. When Griffins are still the best answer to everything.
A player's force.
Except destroyers, because they can't attack destroyers before chat is in actually mode again. Okay. With that, it's game. Second null down, both go to Infi, Ankh and Potion, great for the fights. Yeah, I think they should build in a mechanic. Whenever the second null falls and one player got both, the game should just be over immediately. Infi is quite fragile here still. Fiends do a lot of damage. No clap available. No TP available either. Catching up on the level 4. Ooh, that fiend positioning wasn't nice. The courtesy of Stormbolt, of course. And again, it is so remarkable, and I think I say this for 15 years, how much Infi is getting done with Footman alone. That has always separated him from lesser humans. And now he might get the Quittung. Oh, not yet.
Forces are under attack.
Nice to see that Labby, I think, brought double mana potion with a fiend. Lesser humans, wow, Neo. Come on, Pius, you know what I mean. DK is coming. We got Burrow as well. No reveal, unfortunately, since Infi wasn't at the shop for a while. And he's going for the Archmage once again. No TP. Has to connect for the potion. How expensive can he make it? Can he fight out? Thanks to the Burrow, he absolutely can. And of course, since Warcraft is extremely realistic, you can just hobble over it. Unlike Sock, Infi has the time for flag cannons. It's up already, actually. Knights, Griffins, Knights parked in the base. You are stuck there, step bro. Mamma mia. Literally happens to the best. We assessed today that Sock had 2 Griffins unrallied in his base during the final fight versus Happy. Really, Neo? Would I lie to you, Qbert? I got the evidence from the wonderful Soul Glider.
A player's forces are under attack.
Who I saw unfollowed me at some point, but now has resummoned, so he's safe. And you know, throwing $2K at the War 2 Champions Finals helped as well. Infi has a TP now, which he needs. Remarkable! Remarkable. Oh, the Step Bro reference. Ah. Remarkable how close Labby can make it. Now we got the web. You need extremely good kiting if you want to get some damage done here. Infi a bit careless. Actually, very careless with the Griffins. Flying straight into the Fiends is never that good, even though Knights cut through Fiends. Oh, almost got the burrow. Knife cut. No. Knights cut through Fiends like a knife, hot knife through warm butter. You know what I mean. Lots of creeping to be done, but somehow I got the feeling that we won't see a lot of creeping. We'll see a lot of fighting. Look at this, by the way. Griffin unrallied. There we go. Infi a little shaky. This was played later at night. Was like 11:15 p.m. when they started this. But we know that Infi is a night owl. Really doesn't like to play the early quote-unquote games in Super League at 7 p.m. And I thought I'm a degenerate. But 7 p.m. is like a reasonable hour. Usually.
Town is under siege.
So we got the gyros in anticipation of destroyers, but there is no destroyers. 5 and 3. Wand of Negation sees more and more play. I like that. Not as early and as excessive as Happy likes to play him these days. Still, very strong. Infi using a lot of his proletarians, trying to clean this up. It is a messy fight. Very, very messy fight. Infi pumping, macro seems good. Labby took some time, was floating like 700, 600 resources. And still have the mana stone, so this is looking pretty good as we suggested after the early game. Still, Labby is getting a good amount of knights, mostly ignoring these gyrocopters. I still think the gyro bomb upgrade is worth it if you're... Oh, Pally! Got an Ankh, nice. And Lich also dead. Archmage should be able to save himself with the town portal. Pally is back, DK is not. And Infi claims map number 1 against the dominant player of the Super League. Very nice early game by Infi. Put Labby into a very unfortunate situation that you'd rather not be in. And Labby tried and fought, but couldn't recover. It was a close match though. But yeah, I think at some point you should research gyro bombs just to attack statues. I know that you can't A-click anymore in an air fight, but there was no air fight anyway. Anyway, don't want to take away from the accomplishment. This is a classic example of whoever gets the base up steadier, faster, more reliable, wins the game. Gyro bombs result in gyros not attacking destroyers though. What do you think I meant by, well, you then can't A-click anymore? Eh? What do you think that sentence meant? Ben PG, let's go. Thank you for the 45. Infi is a god at Lost Temple. That is correct. Remember when he almost beat, when he beat Happy with Orc? That was crazy. That was a legendary match. Also on LT. Yeah, I wouldn't mind to see a prioritize function on gyros. He also beat Happy on LT when he came back after 2 years of not playing. Was there ever a time when Infi wasn't playing? Or do you mean his random phase? Wasn't there an option to toggle air and ground priority? Only for the privileged undeads. Once again, Neo and Remo have gaslit Blizzard into believing that Gargs are trash without that. And this is a feature only for the undeads because Neo and Remo play undead. So only the good things are given to the undead. That's how it is. But now he said it himself. It must be true. Degenerates. Absolute degenerates. Hey bro, I really want to see Grubby fight again. He's fighting every day against, I don't know, 9 other people. That's how League of Legends works, right? You fight your team and the opposite team. He will surely be back. Okay, let's see what Labby can do on map 2. As we get into the build orders in the start of this game, if you have a prime sub lying around, we gladly take it. Just a couple of clicks. Good support for the channel. No ads for you. Ding, ding, ding. Autumn Leaves, another map where a couple of madmen introduced the Dreadlord. I'd say 3% chance for Dreadlord. Is Labby becoming boring now that he got good? Is that what is happening now? Please don't. Please stay cool. But yeah, to be fair, it was 1-0 playing Dreadlord here, not Labby. And Infi, I'm still waiting for the return of the Mountain King in this matchup. Someone has to try at some point. They probably did a couple of times in practice. Mountain King first, so cool. So Labby expanding bottom right, Infi expanding middle. If he expands, could still be a one-base play. As so often, a lot about items early on, and the Mantle is giving Infi a little itch, little edge. If Lich comes back as meta first hero, there's a good chance of seeing more MK. Yeah, we've seen a couple of Liches. I'm actually surprised to not see it more often. But I mean, Cryptlord is also so freaking good. Like, there's no real reason to change it, right? But we've seen 1-0 doing that. Oh, early deny. Wasn't that savable? I wonder. Skragor, thank you for the prime. 55 months already, man. That's awesome. And Infi again, finding a nice timing here. A cancelled Ziggurat is surely disruption of the early game. And he got it. Dude, what bit Infi that he's in such good shape again?
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Kobold's still up. Infi still up. And it is my pleasure. Thank you for the support. And another cancel. Ooh, this is a rough evening for Labby, isn't it? We are waiting for the expansion on the human side as well, though, so it's not the end of the world, but it is a little anchor.
Player's forces are
You know, the
under
positive
attack.
side of an anchor, not the negative I drag you down kind of anchor. To have the arcane here. Plus militia, plus the scout, plus the acolyte chase. I think Infi is doing a fantastic job so far. Good block by Labby, just a little bit too late.
A player's forces are under
I'm
attack.
already glad I casted this. You know, I could be on the couch watching old Star Trek movies. But Infi vs. Labby is infinitely better. Even XP. Solid deny. Not much damage taken. I like how he parks some footmen at home to be able to defend against these run-bys. That seems very smart. He lost a worker, but you know, it's not the end of the planet. Oh, this might be. Looks like a waste, actually. It kind of makes sure that Infi can't dive into the base, but he was just distracting for 2 footmen and the water elemental. This is a disaster for LabyRinth if this expo doesn't come up. And he can't bank on the fact that this water elemental expires. He gets the kill on it. Infi has no mana anymore. And the Batman holds. Nice prioritization. Kills the footman, kills the water elemental, kills the other footman as well. With that, Labby still got a chance. A good chance. Always got a chance, but... This is some high quality Warcraft that we're watching here, chat. By the way, if you didn't tune in today, go to the clip section and watch what Fly did to Colorful today.
A player's forces
Hilarious. I've never seen this before. It was gold. It was just gold. Oh, Infi almost with a huge invite. This is the huge invite. He played so well and then all of a sudden he was watching somewhere else. Maybe queuing his tech or something or maneuvering footman. That was a little easy. Labby immediately pouncing on it. And just like that, Labby has momentum. This can't happen again. Infi did really well against 1-0, forced a 2-3 earlier this week. Well, at the end of last week. I'm bad with dates. Except when I put them on pizza, then it's really good. And Infi has a newly found love for this Ogre Mauler. For a very, very long time, this Ogre Mauler was like, okay, if the trolls aren't there, I go for you. But maybe with the piercing damage change, there's new value in him. Lots of skeletons, lots of Bullets und Footies. Es ist ein Gewusel überall. Archmage is shooting from safety through the trees, summons a water elemental, also through the trees. Now that's extraordinary. That's the King Fee of old almost. Pog plays. Dude, Dude! Infi kinda owned him here. I didn't even know that was possible. But I guess if you are, like, immediately next to the forest, then it works. That was godlike, Infi. You just gotta love when he uses his two hands, puts it on the mouse and keyboard and selects the human race. The 4 Race King was a nice arc, but it was filler arc, let's be honest. Yes, Solani, this is a 6-game series. I don't know why. It's not a typo. It is 6 games. So we got your evening covered. It is a positive surprise. We got a lot of melee here. Tier 3 has been queued. Mountain King is coming, I think, when it comes to hero variety. Now that we've seen Crypt Lord on Lost Temple and on Autumn Leaves, we shouldn't have high hopes for anything else. Maybe springtime, actually. Labby, Tier 3 has started as well. Double slaughter. And now the question, Infi, how do you hold this? You established your base. You got your tech running. I see 4 production buildings and I like that. You know there's races who only go 2 production buildings? Isn't that crazy? And not entirely sure what this fiend is doing here. Needs another Stormbolt investment if you want to creep. Yes, you do. Crypt Lord is here, but very little supply and very little reinforcements. DK just spawned, brings the wand. Unlike Happy, Labby, not a fan of mana potions yet at the very early stages. Maybe he just lost too much for a reliable brawl. And needs forces. I think that is it. Nice how he keeps tabs on the army and tracks their movement while Mountain King is creeping. On the other side, good scout here as well. Knowledge is power! Good scouting gets you far in Warcraft. And Infi now scouted that this push is gonna be a problem for him. We have 2 towers, but far up front. We need gyros ASAP. Double info for Infi, close to level 3, high emphasis on the Mountain King progression. Again, unlike Sock, Infi instantly flag cannons. Sharky said, if you research flag cannons, you have at max 4 gyros when the push hits you. We'll see if that's true.
A player's forces are under attack.
Well, we got 2 already. And Labby taking another pit stop. Update from the mosquito front, by the way. I don't see or hear them anymore. I sprayed myself with anti-mosquito spray. So now the mosquitoes are gone. But I smell horribly. Like a disgustingly self-destructive way. You can't win here, huh? You can't win with the mosquitoes. And that's why I don't need wine glasses, everybody. Infi is getting a lot of time. Town portal out. I like that. Good control, so there's not much damage. And no losses on Infi side, plus the reposition. Gyros weren't here. We're at 5 gyros. Sharky was wrong. That's a number of gyros where you probably gotta ask if you want to morph destroyers. Or just pivot to banshees.
A player's forces are under attack.
Off we go. First fiend save. Nova hits hard. Damage is spread to 2 fiends at the same time, so only 1 at a time can be healed. We do have a healed scroll to maybe save them. Chaotic fight outside of tower range. Reinforcements are coming in for Militia. And I don't think Labby has a big chance here, to be honest. Web and kiting. Web and kiting. We get the Fend now with 4 footmen in the mix. That is interesting. Good call, Q-Bird. And Infi just pushes him back. There is a lot of mana on the DK anymore, and you will need it on the Lich, presumably. Statues move to the side again. Massive Nova. DK in the thick of things. That Impale is grand. DK has an Ankh. Maybe Infi didn't check the inventory. Or did he? He's trying to bait so much damage. Still neck and neck fights. All the units that were webbed are now freed. Lich has no mana. DK has no health. And the Holy Light for the Paladin is ready. Infi's army is looking hella good. Archmage always ready to run away. Macro seems fine as well with the gyros that he's losing now. Infi's focus is a bit off here. He could have gotten statues for sure. Instead he's losing a Griffin and feeds the Cryptlord. And Labby's so satisfied with this fight that he goes for a 3rd base. That he also gets the red spot. Oh, love that answer by Infi. It's all it takes. Late game value, 16 minutes. And he still got value. Being for free due to rally points. Oops. Not having a Lich level 4 is an issue. Finding Legion Doomhorn is of course unfortunate. No Banshees. Infi re-established 80 food really quickly. Got some kills, 4.6, 4 and 3. No level 5 just yet. And you don't really want to push into this, huh? Not sure if the gyro numbers are enough for a big old solid destroyer bust. PhD, thank you for the sub. Don't tell me you scout this. Oh, the timing by Infi. I'm getting moist. Excellent, excellent footman usage.
player's forces are under attack.
It's the army. 7 griffins. 1 knight only. Baron, that is a very dry experience.
A player's forces are under attack.
What's the purple thing that the Lich has? That's the Wand of Negation. That is a single target dispel for 200 damage. Costs 150 in the undead shop. And Infi does what Infi is known for. Base attacks. Careful now, you don't want to lose griffins for free. Very expensive. But that gives map control back to Infi, whose ground army really isn't impressive. Its anti-air army isn't impressive either. Yes, OC Legends. I kind of want to get rid of that word.
Player's forces are under attack.
And replace it. Oh, there was a fiend. Infi is committing. That's 1, maybe 2, 3. Oh, he needs to TP. Can he get more acolytes? Dude, what a mess. What a mess. He's portaling now. Maybe a little bit too late. Takes this statue almost out. I have no idea what was lost and who this was better for. Tool, can you tell me? It was very even, huh? A little better for Infi. And there was also an acolyte, so harder to catch up. How much gold is left? 300. Water Elemental's already anticipating the gold. Infi lost nothing and killed 2 fiends and a statue. Nice. And now we bounce to the right hand side and Labby doesn't have a TP. He is pretty much all in. Infi has a TP, can respond at all times. That's the destroyer bus that I was talking about. 3 Destros, getting rid of towers quickly, also workers, but worst case, it's a 1 base trade. Gyros fly in a little bit too early. Militia, Griffins, it's everywhere. Again, Labby doesn't have a TP. You gotta fight this now. Lich in trouble, catches the coil. 2 fiends about to get slaughtered or arrested, whatever you prefer. Gargoyles coming in, but quickly taken out of the sky. Always and ever. Infi, pressure on the Lich. Paladin level 4, super strong. And I don't know how Labby wants to salvage this with the Lich down. Infi, Kingfi. This gotta be it, man. 30 food ahead. There is no chance. Also, without Coil Nova, what you gonna do? It's a double kill, and it's also 2 wins for Infi in a row. Tanks with Barrage at the end. What a fit. It's been fireworks. Infi is playing so good. Yeah, is Barrage the next evolution of anti-air? Tanks are quite sturdy. Barrage is not that good damage-wise, but if there's a lot of targets, and especially against low HP targets, why not? Who's impressed with Infi? Hands up. What a gamer. See a lot of hands up. Good shit. Good shit. Man. Old man Infi, huh? Hitting his stride. Yeah, I mean, it's been said many times. The way Infi uses Footman is so remarkable. And he makes it to tier 3. And he gets the great army comp out. He got a nice mix. Gyros, Griffins, Knights, Footman. And he's 2-0 up. Not that a reverse sweep isn't possible. Infi did it already to 1-0, but also 1-0 got 2 maps in a row against Infis. Very map dependent, that is. But yeah, 1/3 of the match done. Good to see so many people here. If you think that the human faction Warcraft 3 is extraordinarily strong, we got a hoodie for you. If you think that the human race in Warcraft 3 is the best, we got a hoodie for you. It spells Humba. We got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, hats. And the hoodies are incredibly comfy. Incredibly comfy. What do you think of the Scouring? I didn't play the early access yet because I don't want to pay for early access currently. But we were some of the first to stream it in the Warcraft sphere like a year ago or something. And I think it is a very, very lovely game with a lot of charm. And I love the exposure it's getting. But never forget that we were among the first to bring you the Scouring. Doing a Rocky 4 comeback. Who watched Rocky 4? If a movie has a 4 in the name, that is the ultimate red flag. For example, and here is where two of the greatest movie critics of all time agree, because Quentin Tarantino and Neo say Toy Story 4 shouldn't exist. And I agree. What made you pick the hashtags for the stream title? I don't know. I thought that's what chat is gonna be talking about. I was in the mood. If you think there's a deep reason behind stuff I do, no, there's not. Wait, I started Last Refuge and it didn't open. Hopefully that was just a one-off. I hear a lot of chains. You hear that too? War 3 champions, what the hell's going on with you, dude? Okay, we should probably stop this. Did Faro ruin the client again? Heat never. That was odd. Not something you hear every day. Okay. Sounds better. Stormgate only has double the peak player amount the last 48 hours compared to a paid early access game. Yeah, that paid early access game has like one main developer. And not $40 million budget. It is... See? It's what we always said. Put heroes in the game, people will like it. The Scouring has heroes in the game, people like it. We always said it. Just create the mode yourself with our editor. Guys, I got it to work. Stork, thank you. As always, I don't do anything about it. It's just natural. What can I do? I gotta stutz it though. Let's go. Map 3. Dude, if Infi takes the 3-0 or gets ahead 3-0. Hallo Ena, hallo! I saw your post in gym and your DM. I wish you all the best. Yeah, if I ever become a VTuber, I'll be a beard. Just a beard. Oh, look at that! We're switching things up. Labby going back to his old pattern. Last refuge is Lich territory. Oh, now I'm curious. Because everybody and their mother play Crypt Lord. How are things looking with Lich? This is the battleground for experiments. These show matches. And how does Infi fare against the Lich? Is he only prepared against the Crippy?
Player's forces are
We've seen
attack.
many Lich openers in like 2021, 2022, 3. It was very overwhelming. It is always a sweet rotation between the undead heroes. Whatever human meta is right now, or on that map, undead's got a fitting hero for it. Lich has incredible burst damage and almost infinite mana, which leads to more burst damage, is more fragile, has no summons. Do you have backpack? No. So good damage here. But that's the beauty of undead and ghouls. Just send them back to the base. And they will heal. Scourge Bone Chimes, always nice for ghouls. And skellies alike. What is Infi's reaction? Super curious about this. For a while I said, or we said, with Pally Rifles disappearing, this should open up a case for Lich. Because Pally Rifle was the hard counter to Lich, and that made every undead move away from Lich. But before Pally Rifle, everybody played Lich. Maybe a Crypt Lord sprinkled in on like Equals or so. But now, things changed. Simon B! Greetings to the UK. Oh, Labby is still busy with his main. And this is a classic Infi / Fortitude play. When your enemy is busy creeping the expansion, just pounce on the base. Now, might be less effective though with a piercing damage reduction, but against Acolytes, doesn't really matter. So that's a win. That's a later saturation. Lich is level 3 though. So how often can you do this, and can you bounce between the two bases if you're Infi? He for sure is keeping the Lich busy. And with that I would have almost... Second Acolyte kill. Great block by Labby up top to keep the footman trapped here. Amazing. That Nova is nasty. Le Crestfallen. You sweetie, sweetie MVP, you. Welcome. The most important thing, though, is happening here. Again. Oh, Labby is overwhelmed. He is so overwhelmed. That was either a last split second cancel or no cancel. It didn't give him much back. I think Infi is already dancing on his grave. Izzy! You absolute legend. And you cool person. How did your game go? Did you win? Did the towers carry you? Or do you have to watch Infi to see how it's done? Because Infi is on freaking fire. You need to watch Infi. I see how it is.
Our players' forces are under attack.
Yeah. Infi is like Sambuca in Remo Demo's mouth. On fire. Still gotta weather the storm. This is a one base play. This is more fragile than what we've seen before. But Expo cancel, no tech, tier 1, tier 2. Infi just has to survive. Ooh, that Nova though. That's the advantage of level 4. Not only +4 intelligence, but infinite mana. Jesus! Lich is doing good work. Lich is doing great work. He is absolutely slaughtering Infi, who only has 3 workers left because the ghouls do an amazing job. And this is one of these games where I got no clue what happened. And these games are piling up recently. One player, super far ahead, owns the early game, gets all his objectives done. And then you blink and a minute later it's GG, but for the other person. Huh? Warcraft is a weird game. Warcraft is a weird game. And now, and you say that there's people who say that with heroes there's no comebacks. Fools. And Labby kinda took that personally. Ouch. Ouch. Good to see though. Good to see Labby fighting back. And good to see the impact of a Lich. Maybe Infi got a little bit too greedy and got home too late. On Lost Temple though, he was able to survive this against the Crypt Lord. And yeah, chat is already not confused, but chat is questioning the one base play. Expo would have been wrecked the same way, I think, though. No arcane. No arcane is annoying. But said this a couple of times the last week or so. Labby gets into these situations where he's definitely not favored, and something clicks. And he shifts into a different gear, and boom. Assassinations. That's what it is. Good to see. And yeah, these Novas were nasty. But Labby always loved Lich. Even when he was not really famous. But you talk to some undeads like Sight and One, and they're like, it's LabyRinth guy. Look at this freak. He's playing Lich Fast Expansion, lol. Labby was your favorite undead's favorite undead and paved the way for everyone, including Happy. You forgot to give Labby a score. True! Thank you. You're a true pro casting Dolphin League and the evenings. You gotta do what you gotta do, cool runnings. The sub counter dropped to 1847. You gotta do what you gotta do when the 2 is not in front of that number. And I gotta give you a Hammerfall. This should be Criplot again. I'd be surprised if not. Labby riding the wave of momentum will tie this up, or can Infi plow ahead? With 3-3, you got at least a draw. Yeah, the grab tab thing, I don't really know why it's in the bot, to be honest. But thank you, Mr. Celtic. I'll pass it along. That is only starting in 8 days. So, I don't know. Something's off there. But thanks for checking. You know what link is not dead? The rogue energy. That's an outdated command as well. Okay. Archmage Criplot as expected. Next question. Where do we expand? East-west or north-south? Or maybe a mix? I don't really know Labby's day schedule. As things are getting later and later. This is like map 4. I'd assume this was played at around 30 past midnight.
A player's forces are
I can't imagine Labby getting up at 7 AM. Midnight's still fun. We're gamers. Midnight is basically our dinner time. If you do it right. So to the north we go. Infi confirms this. Since you mentioned Starbuck, there was a little mistake that Starbuck didn't know where to attack in the match against 1-2-0. And we go for very early aggression. With the parry up, not too bad. Yeah, Labby has to hold this expo. Midnight is 3 to 4 hours into the night sleep for me. That's because you're in a different time zone, Simon. That changes a lot. Hashtag get rid of time zones. So Infi for the first time can't reach level 3 immediately. It was surely worth it going for this harass. He's not that sure that he can get a last hit here. If he's unlucky, he just helps Labby. So he sent it to the creeps. I like that. Oh, defending the tower would be huge. 10 seconds, new militia. Yeah, that's the hold. And then he got a lot of extra damage against summons. And since we got a lot of summons, that is once again, similar to Autumn Leaves, a nice little anchor for Infi. A retreat, so the arcane is worth it. But Labby keeps Infi in check, is expanding as well. Just will the footman overwhelm Labby? Can he get through? Oftentimes a very football-y match. Archmage is the quarterback and his runners are trying to break through the defense of the undead. I call them runners because they run. I don't know. Because all of them run, but not all of them receive. You know? It makes way more sense to call them runners. Oh, impale! No surround threat though. Wants to keep on brawling. I guess this is the first very even early game that we got. No level 3 either.
Players' forces are under
Boots. And these impales, surely worth it. The footmen are so cheap that it should be fine. It's basically a brawl for level 3, right? Where nobody really gets ahead.
Players' forces are under attack.
The regen scroll. Early tech by Infi. Timely tech by Labby as well. Okay. Stage is set for... Like, this is the true test for Infi's defense capabilities.
Players' forces are under attack.
We get a Shredder. This is very much a fortitude play. In my mind, Infi and 40 are very, very similar to each other. In seeing objectives during a game, using footmen, of course, managing an economy well. Oh, he got level 3, so unfortunate. If one range unit is here, he prevents level 3, but big mana potion for Labby. Big inversion for Infi. With another fight here. Oh, they just both decided at the same time. Not worth it, brother. Nobody's watching anyway. Vlad Open, thank you for the prime. Let's just remain in peace. Okay. Two bottle minutes for a bit. Creep Jack, of course. The backstab is a little gnarly, but as long as Labby is not gathering loads of XP, that should be fine. Man, it's a thing of beauty. When units fly high up in the air, it's just a thing of beauty. Is this worth it though? Labby really wanted to hold that necropolis. Now he's, I don't know, he's not supply blocked, but that's annoying. That's really annoying. And that's always been Infi's best case, being annoying. Duff166, thank you for the 8 month. Tomorrow in Super League, by the way, Infi versus Lawliot. Impale level 2 so good? I don't know, was it? Ah, you're ironic. You're sarcastic.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Infi again with the forward double workshop. That seems to be his thing. You're serious? He spammed like 3 impales. I don't know if that was worth it. So much mana. It took the creep speed away. Okay.
Player's forces are under attack.
Leads are here after this round. Again, early defend. We do have Burrow, but no reveal. Nice Wand of Negation in full effect here to get rid. It took quite some time, but undeads have all appreciated Wand of Negation. Happy does it, Levy does it, 1-0 does it. All to different extents. And Infi needs to produce ASAP. For him, of course, the downside is the undead can produce fiends. The undead can produce statues. You can all prepare this. But knights needs tier 3. Griffins need tier 3. This is the true test. Of course, Levy still has to wait a little bit. Destroyer upgrade takes some time. Lich takes some time.
A player's forces are under attack.
Calm before the storm. Infi has fought well, but he fought always with an advantage. Now that things are so even, I'm not too sure if that's enough. He goes flag cannons again, gets all the upgrades, doesn't stay at 50, but I really can't put a value on storm hammers. I know it's good, and it's like at the very least nice to have. But I couldn't say if it's an essential upgrade. If griffins are useless without them, do they add like 10% power level? 50% power level? It is incredibly hard for me to assess the value of Stormhammers. What I can say for sure is griffins are better with them than they are without them. And the rest is up for you to decide.
A player's forces are under attack.
Super good but expensive. If you have the resources, it's good value. Expo. Early. It seems like Infi scouting for once is not great. A little bit of a difference compared to Autumn Babes. Can work, like Stormhammers is little shockwaves, right? Can Frostworms get something that spreads little novas? I'm into that. We have staffs, right? We must have staffs, yes. They already have splash slow. More! More Nova, more good. Oi, people would hate that so much. You and Remo undead players ruining the balance. Anyway, Destroyer push with ghouls right into the economy. Infi needs to gather the forces. Surely a downside that the Mountain King isn't level 3. He's trying to work on that. The damage is Not enough, and he doesn't kill a single thing. Wait. Well, oh, no. Oh! I can't reach! He just wants the level 3. There we go. Okay, worth it. But Labby was distracting nicely, and that's also why he didn't push the issue. Cause the issue. Infi went straight over though. Has a TP. Damage is solid, but Labby is right there. Big fight. Air fights always super hard to cast, super hard to fight, of course, as well. Relatively easy to see that this DK was a little bit mispositioned, and the Mountain King immediately punishes him for it. So now, can like a split Knight Water Elemental do damage to economy now? Ah, this is looking good for Infi. There's still so many gyros and they're not controlled. A heal ward in the back. Labby needs to fight his heart out now, and Infi needs gyro reinforcements. Oh, Militia! Arrest him! Great call by Infi. That expo's rip. In the meantime, though, there's also ghouls. So it's one base for one base, but Labby still has an expo. Labby's fine. Infi on one base, man. He gotta own this fight. Lots of webs on cooldown. Maybe there is a chance. We gotta check. Yep, Town Hall is still there. Infi with losses, but with a hold. Labby was on 2 base all the time. Pulls to the other side. Hours again. This will probably slow the income down a bit. At the critical mass of air.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
How do you deal with all that air? Infi, member of the Sky High Club, apparently. This is looking so good. Mountain King gets the Holy Light. The nuke is strong, but Infi on point. Despite all the carnage. Staff on point, Invul on point, Holy Light on point. All on point. And this is too much for Overlay to handle. Refresh, brother. Yeah, Labby, how do you deal with that? Like, you need an absurd amount of Gargs? And even then, it's like... How? And Gargs get hard counted by all these gyros that are still in the game. I don't think, like... Maybe you gotta go Banshees, but... I'll always remember that Vortex was the first to counter Griffins with Necro Cripple. That might work against 1 or 2 Griffins. I don't think that flies with... How many do we have? 9. Low amount of Griffins, I definitely agree. Banshee Fiend is the normal counter. I don't know if it's a counter. It's more like an equal.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Infi is preparing another base. That can be punished by Labby. Oh, we're fighting it undead bases now, but this is an invite for the Stormhammers! Little shockwaves everywhere! OMG! If only he had clap now, man. But I think the value of Stormhammers is absolutely noticeable. If everything is clumped up, you need to spread the fiends as far and wide as possible. Not like this. Heroes, of course, still strong. LabyRinth is hoping for an Infi slip up. But he is back to basically 50 food, and Infi didn't lose much. 2 Griffins dead. That's about it. Tower. Okay. Not holes, but you know, barely. And Infi can heal. He got another staff. I'll eat my head if Labby wins this. What you gonna eat your head with? Mustard. Always mustard. The answer is always mustard. That's all Infi's gotta do, right? Just chill. 200 gold and mains expire. Expansion's a little different, I guess. 900 here, 2000 here. So this is double trouble for Labby. What did you do? This is such an Infi army, man. But it is the answer. Like, of course, the Crypt Lord is insanely strong on level 5. But if you can't impale anything, what's the worth of the Crypt Lord? He's supposed to bring you to this late game and bring you through the early game. But he is weak late game versus air.
Players' forces are under attack.
So many Peter Griffins. Imagine a mod where every voice line of the Griffins is a Family Guy quote. That'd be hilarious. I don't think you can transition to Gargs. Usually I'd say yeah for sure. But there is 10 gyros. You can't win when there's 10 gyros. You can't win an air fight when there's 10 gyros.
A player's forces are under attack.
The bird is the word. That's going on in Infi's head right now. We have frag shards, or we absolutely do. And here we go again with the Shredder. And Labby didn't bring a turtle to win the fight against him. Wept on all the gyros. But they are kind of useless anyway. We don't have a destroyer. Oh my god, the damage on the DK. Look at him melt. Infi has the perfect army. You can't deal with that. Oh, impale, maybe you can. Cack! Infi, not like this. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. There's Holy Light spam on the DK level 5 on an Archmage. Archmage is also dead, lol. A Paladin to save them all. No way. It's 30 food. There's no, like, there isn't a... way. No. There isn't. I was worried for a second, but Infi carries it home, man, in the ultimate late game. GG, 3-1. Kingfi is back. That was the hard counter army. What you gonna do without destroyers when there's 10 gyros in the air? What you gonna do when you can't transition to A-bombs because the griffins are in the air? What you gonna do when damage types don't matter because the griffins do so much damage that whatever. I think huge mistake by Labby to not transition or to try to transition to Banshees. If you get a couple of anti-magics out and a couple of curses out, this is already a great help. And Mass Fiends don't cut it. Mass Fiends don't cut it. Yeah, get the Bad Boy song. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, you gotta play casters. You gotta play casters, I think. Soul Glider, what's up, what's up, what's up? Soul Glider, I saw you unfollowed us on Twitch and then recently followed again. I caught you. But my heart blossoms when I see you play this style. Oh, Mickey Dark Blue, that is super sweet. Is it just me or isn't you looking fresh today? I spent an hour outside. Maybe that helps. Maybe that does help. We got 2 more for you. Labby still has the chance to even this out. It's not a Super League game, right? So his streak is not on the line. But it's a sign. And I'm so happy that after Sunday's debacle of Starbuck and Sock against the Undeads, we have a winning human in a match. And of course, it's the question, it's a show match. Does Labby hold back? Is it too late? Undead was Imba 2 days ago. Now human is Imba today. Who will be Imba tomorrow? Maybe the players. Maybe the players. Alrighty, we got Northern Isles in springtime. I am a bit sad that we didn't see a draft, but will we see the return of the Lich now that the Crypt Lord got so hard count? And is Infi doing shenanigans now? He needs one more, right? 6 man. Frozen for a second, but we... Imagine it turns out that they were doing reverse race all the time and I didn't realize. Ah! That would be hilarious. So, if there was a mini chance for Peli Rifle, it's here or springtime. We don't see it here. The last chance, springtime, but I think it's rather clear. It's never out of meta, by the way, to give back to Warcraft your Prime sub if it's still available. 2 clicks, no ads, support for us, GG. It's the Crypt Lord again, dude. Maybe Labby thinks smaller map, shorter rush distance, higher pressure, higher Crypt Lord. success rate. Grindfest, let's go. Da ist der Prime. Der Derbere, auch nochmal mit Prime. 38, danke, danke, danke. Thank you for still streaming this legendary game after all these years. Cheers. Mr. Grindfest.
There you go.
What would my life be without competitive Warcraft? There would be such a massive black hole in my soul without competitive Warcraft. And you know, there's days where we're all a bit disappointed. Where we're all, like Sunday. But there's games like today where we celebrate Fly for winning a map and stealing 3 items. You gotta see this, by the way. Those, like that moment. That pop moment. Medium job! Yeehaw! Thank you for the 4 month!
Prime available.
Not anymore, it isn't. Glad you gave it to us. So we stick with the meta. Oh, Infi DLC! This is why good items in the early game are called the Infi DLC. Because look at him go. Plus 15 damage. 13 damage because I'm an idiot and I can't add 8 to 5. Ring of Region on the Cryptbot though. Not bad, not bad, not bad either. And the attacks are rolling. Ooh, this is gonna be gnarly. Tools arrive timelier.
Thanks for B2W.
Oh, Uli! Holy shit, dude! 20 euros! Mate, I was asking for a prime. Here you are with $20 euros. Sweetheart Uli. Much love, mate. Much love. Maybe you should give it to LabyRinth instead, because he won't have an expo here. Yeah, Brikachu, that is not supposed to be in the bot just yet. It's kind of odd at the moment.
A player's forces are under
It's supposed to start in 8 days. But thanks for checking it out.
town is under
Not working are also a couple of these peasants. Nice counterattacks, man. In the meantime, Infi took some time. It doesn't have mana, but of course, hard-hitting Archmage. You want to get some damage done. How many workers will be remaining? It's 15. It's not horrible.
attack.
But is this a surround? No. Abby is at 50% with the second base. I don't think there's a chance. Nerub Tower is up. Ghouls are here. Infi is trying to get as much damage done as possible to also weaken the counterattack, but that's a lot of workers down. That's a lot of footmen down. And that is an almost fed Griplord. Will this Water Mantle expire? No chance. Boom, level 3. And is this the first time where Labby has an advantage, really? Still trying to poke, but he is living a dangerous life. He has a shop, well prepared. It's healing so fast, he's still tier 1, only region scroll available. This could be the quickest game. Labby can pump and tech and pump. So here, no mana potion. Okay, this is a quickie. This beetle, MVP. Oh, until he turns around. Still no progression on this tower anymore. The effect of power build, man, is so crazy. He's trying to squeeze out a few seconds here with the power build, and miraculously it works. Up until the beetle makes its way through again, and now it's paused. And that must be game. Maybe a bit overeager Infi. Thought he could pull LabyRinth back and do more damage with fewer losses. These counterattacks by Labby sometimes are just gnarly. Oh, still militia time. Ah, that takes a while. 3 ghouls here, 2 beetles here, more reinforcements here and here. Okay, it's up, but at what cost? In the meantime, Infi is pushing back for more ghoul kills. Level 4 Archmage with these claws, man. That can do a lot. But still, it's incredibly unlikely that Infi has a winning chance here. We do have 10 footmen, that's correct. But we're also kind of low on HP. We don't have a tower. We don't have a saturated base. Wait. No way he gets the damage here. That was a lot of damage. That is... There was a Hail Mary attempt. Nice try, Infi. Rather similar to some of the games against 1-2-0, where this was also an attempt. If you're behind, just go straight for the throat. If it works, you look like an absolute genius and turn this game around. If not, then there's that. But yeah, it looks like it sometimes look like that. Yeah, that was over. With the tech starting, with the economy ready, that was more or less. It is a super fragile game. Human versus undead. If there is a significant advantage for any of the races, but more so for an undead, that just is game. Expo running. That Expo was at best limping. No stick. Shot in the knee, both sides limping. Bleeding too. Yeah, that was an okay tap out. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that, Labby has the chance to tie this up. So we all celebrated Infi already as if this is one, but this ain't one yet. He would have won a best of 5, but it's a best of 6. And with that said, we get a decision on springtime. I think it's fine. So this is the second stream of the day. Last map of that. I really wanted to get that Infi versus LabyRinth out of there. A lot of people always ask, how do you do that, Neo? Get all the energy for all these casts, long hours, all the work behind the scene. My answer, of course, Rogue Energy, the sponsor of the month. Let's go. 20% off with the coupon code B2W. Keeps me energized with these little tubs with many different flavors. They were kind enough to send me almost all of their flavors in a trial package. And you see it, it's always by my side, whether that's in the morning or in the evening hours. Also when I'm off stream, actually, it has become quite stable here. Many different flavors, whether you need the energy to come to get through the day, or the electrolytes at the hot weather, or the evening hours you need a little bit of chill formula to calm down. Rogue got it all for you. We unfortunately missed the free shipping, but you still get the 20% off with the B2W coupon code. And !Rogue has a link for you. This is our second month, and the first month unfortunately didn't have this ref code. So every click from a Back to Warcraft source on this link is very helpful. Check out their products. If you order, use the coupon code, and it all falls back to us, which is great. And with that said, last map. Hoping for a banger. In the wake of the Super League Decider days. Tomorrow, Infi versus Lawliot as the highlight. And then we get 9 days where we have every day Lin and Fortitude. And on 6 of these 9 days, Happy will also play. Fireworks competitive Warcraft. Guys, any good advice to stop smoking? You shouldn't ask me, who's sitting here with a vape every single stream, my dude. But one advice from chat is hypnosis, and my former roommate also stopped with hypnosis. So I know one person that tried it, and one person was helped with it. What's the hero? Is it Lich? Not again. And on Infi side, we stick with it. Yeah, great advice, chat. Take psychedelic drugs instead. Great. That's why you don't seek help in Twitch chats, dude. Just eat the tobacco raw.
A player's forces are under attack.
Just replace one problem with another. GG. We got an undead expansion coming up. Infi at the ready. He is going for the mercenary camp. Wonder if he goes for an early attack.
A player's forces are under attack.
Unfortunate item here, and it is an attack with the Shadow Priest. A little bit of healing. And this Sasquatch is quite sturdy and will keep him busy.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, not cool. Yeah, these mercenaries, they don't have much longevity here, I feel. Of course, they also don't have that value since they can't dispel. Infi trying to
Player's
break
forces
through.
are under attack.
Oh! Surround keeps it closed. There we go. Nicely done. Trying to break through. I don't think there's a chance. No, 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 there isn't. That's when the quarterback wants to go for a running play, huh? That didn't work. Damn, was he stopped in his tracks. And so much time for Labby now. Guys, I smell a draw.
A player's forces are under attack.
I smell a draw. There's still a chance. Oh, Infi, this is super risky. No staff, no TP, no potion. He got a Bursey though. And with that, a lot of damage. Nerub Tower can only focus on 2 targets at the time. Infi must make sure that he escapes here. Somehow. The cancel is huge. All of a sudden, it smells more like my anti-mosquito stuff than a draw. As he gets an Acolyte as well. This will be good levels for the Crypt Lord, of course. Don't tell me he kills all Acolytes. Infi is teching and trying one base. Okay, we want to accelerate this. Maybe the tiger, Infi's wife, said it's time to come to bed. One more game, honey. Okay, okay.
A player's forces are under attack.
Kills everywhere. Acolytes dying. Wolves dying. Beetles, of course. Probably all deserve it.
A town is under siege.
Ooh, this would keep Labby's supply blocked. When do they expire? Close. Close. Got him. Oh my god, so many expenses. Phenomenal recovery by Infi. That was risky.
Player's forces are
That
under
could have
attack.
been punished hard if Infi is not super careful with his Archmage. But he was. He was alive. And with that, lots of damage, great saves, high value. Just need the Regen Scroll.
Is under siege.
Min-maxing so it hits the workers as well. And then we staff up top. Oh my! Snipes the altar. That means no tier 3 tech. Sick. That is a big
Player's
delay.
forces are under attack.
Can only start the tech in 40 seconds. Infi will still stay on tier 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
Was that delayed tier 3 the win condition? I don't have the feeling that it's necessarily Infi's play to go for these rifle pushes. As he is a late game macro monster. Double Claw, nice. Heal Potion, amazing. Wand of Negation, of course, the hard counter to Water Elementals. And Slaughterhouse is up. But okay, that's it. That's the push. Either Infi wins 4 and 2, or Labby wins back to back and gets the draw. What a lovely competitive series that was, regardless of the outcome. Oh my god, he cancelled the attack and lost the shop. And he can't build statues at the moment after the next one. He's only gonna have one statue. He gotta protect that one with his life. Fighting a little outside of Blight, which is not too great. Blight has also been reduced here. Do we have a heal scroll? No, that would have been the dream for Infi. For now, Impale doing a lot of work. Not having a heal scroll might bite him here, similar to what we've seen earlier in Infi vs. Life, where it was the heal scroll that saved him the game.
The player's forces are under attack.
Infi... There is a cancelled tier 3, right? There is still a chance. Flippy, thank you for the 42.
Love you, Neo.
Love you, Flippy. Dude, these impales are a heaven sent. Here we got the heal scroll. Whole different game already. There is potential for hero kills. With the Mountain King, always. With more impales, always. This DK. Can Infi reach? Hammer must be brought to hands, but the potion is here. Match, thank you for the prime. Labby is staring death in the eye here. Rifles have a good uptime, as Labby has to deal with footmen first and foremost. He did salvage the tech tree situation quite nicely. Also, G-Cursed, much love. Tier 3, 60%. It's pulling back. Maybe gotta check. Have an expo? No? Okay. Wand of Negation, man. Insane value.
Forces are under attack.
And building the shop here. Life-saving move, maybe. Infi needs recovery. He got one of the big consumables, but he also needs more healing, more mana. Level 4, can't even think of it. Like, the level discrepancy is nuts. Yeah, Water Elemental be gone. Oh, it was one of these awesome moments where the Berserker flips in the air. Archmage falls. Impale MVP. Without Archmage, no chance.
Player's forces are under attack.
Labby holds. Infi. Yeah, chat said it as well. Like, why push that early? He got so many kills, man. He's also safe from like any Stormbolt kills because of the rune bracers he just sold. Creepjack, nice snipes, keeps his hero safe. Archmage back from the tavern. But man, he's gonna get caught again, isn't he? We got an orb now. The Lich is here. Mana Potion. There's gonna be more impales and he doubles down with Nova. Infi has nothing to heal himself. The items weren't too lucky for him either. Needs a body block and a surround, but even then. So, applied. Nice. And the defensive impale this time to protect the DK from another Stormbolt. Beautifully done by Labby. Very controlled, it seems. And now, world's his oyster. He can go Destros, he can go A-Bombs, Disease Cloud. Can do whatever. Guys, 50% of you are so lucky that Google Maps exists because you apparently can't read the minimap. There was no expansion this entire game. This was cancelled. Now, of course, that I blame you, there is an expansion, but it's not running. Sharky, youngest member of the community, second youngest member of the community, only voice of reason here.
A player's forces are under attack.
This lich is pinned to the guild. Yeah, Infi is he's running out of options. He's trying to transition to tier 3, but that will then be the time for the expo. Then it's running. But then Labby has the advantage again. Infi needs several level of magic tricks here. And I gotta give it to Labby's impales. They're just phenomenal. Feels like he has to push, right? Does he know? Oh, good pick. Does he know about this expo yet? I mean, the blight was there before. That's not really an indicator. Oh, he got the pipe as well. Double mana pot, triple claw, boots, invulns. Fighting spirit. Tier 3 done. Oh ho! That was the one and only heal scroll, but that was not the only Impale Nova combo. Could even go for Coil Nova Impale now that he got mana again. He's begging for it. Waiting for an Invo Potion maybe? Okay. Nicely salvaged this. And Infi has a supply lead. Pally is coming. Can't expand anywhere. This is still uncrapped. This is too risky. Infi is holding his ground. It's not too much disease either. If Labby is careless with his DK, there's a chance. Enough fire can work if there's not many destroyers. Labby casually threw. Oh no! Triple caster whammy. He has 3 mana potions. Jesus. Yeah, I feel like the only way is through the DK, but that's a very obvious play. And most of the impales are also great damage mitigation. Mountain King staffed out of the fight. Oh, Coil is alive. And now, without any staff, that's the end for the Archmage once again. Infi is running out of steam in the end. Labby, nice recovery. 3-3 though. We can't have a winner in this great series. Infi playing even better than he already played against 1-2-0, which was a delight. Can absolutely challenge, some say, the best human versus undead player on the planet to a full-out series. Lots of fun. Wins the best of 5, basically. Just tie on the best of 7. So, question now is, everybody, and I want your opinion in the Twitch chat vote. What do we take away from this match? What did we learn from this show match? Cast your votes. The options are clear. Infi and Labby stepped it up several times since league start. Correct. Infi is great. Correct. We learned that Lich is greater Crypt Lord. That's your opinion? It looked great though. Human plays too aggressive in early game. And then they lose. Wouldn't necessarily have to play this. Otherwise it's a free expo. And that hurts as well. So the poll options are buff UD or nerf Humba. Everybody is agreeing that you gotta buff UD. Fair. Absolutely fair. I mean, if you can't get a 6-0 in a match, like what are we even doing here? Where is the undead supremacy that everybody is talking about? We gotta establish more supremacy. Democracy. You always ask for democracy, right? You get the options. Okay, you want undead buff. I heard it loud and clear. Since we have a direct line to Blizzard, as everybody knows, this will be implemented then shortly. So, if we have like a couple of minutes, Mao Xiong, thank you. Well done, chat. Well done. As you know, we're working on a new overlay. And the last iteration, nobody was really happy with that. You weren't happy with that. I wasn't happy with that. So we went back to the drawing board. And currently it kind of looks like this. Army and research at the bottom. Current production over there. Resources back at the top, where people missed them for a long time. Heroes back to the sides, where people missed them for a long time. Kinda thinking if that's still the right way, or if we just should leave the resources at the bottom and the heroes at the bottom. I don't know. Do you like heroes on the sides? Do you like resources at the top? Or did you get so used to our current overlay that it's nonsense? I'm not sure, man. I'm so unsure. We'll get used to everything, that's true. Hero overlay is more vertical than horizontal. We tried, it doesn't really work. I want overlay from 2020 with amount of units on the field and amount of killed ones. We never had the amount of killed ones, but the number of units on the field, we got that now. And we have that here as well. I think trying to stay somewhat close to Warcraft itself. But Warcraft design is 23 years old. I see where you're coming from, though. What I enjoyed about the heroes on the sign alignment is that it felt like in-game hero buttons. I agree, but I looked at this when I tested it, and currently when I want to compare levels and inventory, it's one look at the bottom, and I got it all. Now I gotta look like from the middle to the left to the right. Big thing that you adjust the bottom at the top. Yes, I did. They are lacking a few thousand icons with different percentages and numbers. That's coming for tier 3 subs and Midas Patreons. That's a lot of info there, including like blood type of the player. Body count was very important to me to implement that for the supporters. Go with your gut. That's the thing, Soul Glider. The gut depends on, like, the day. It changes every day. Dondo, I saw your DM. I'm so curious to take a look once the stream is over. Damage done would be nice. It's here. It's still there. You need the mana region impact. Yeah, the Chinese they have a weird way of hacking the API or the game. I don't know how they get the info that they get, but we'll have a nice fight recap and stuff. Both have pros and cons. I really don't know. I really don't know. Have you tried to swap map and heroes? Yeah, you can't swap the map. The map is hard-coded in Warcraft. And we basically put a website on top. But there's nothing we can do to move the map. Otherwise, that would be great. Yeah, map name is coming. Map name is coming. Dude, that is baffling to me, guys, that you guys don't know the map names. That's incredible. Oh, wait, isn't there a version where we have the map? We had the map names at some point. They will be. Map names will be in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so it's not horrible. Caribbean, you are here every day. That's mental. I like having the hero groups be mirrored. But it feels weird to have the entities within the subgroups be mirrored. Having the hero group. But it feels weird to have the in the subgroup. First spell will be far right and far left, and then whatever you skill afterwards will come afterwards. So ultimates will be towards the middle. Yeah, okay. I overestimated people again. That was, of course, a grave mistake on my part. Thinking that the community is smart was a huge mistake when I got rid of the map names. Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. That's my bad. On the left, we have 3 spells and then the ult. On the right, we have the ult and then the 3 abilities. Yeah. But there's rather natural progression, I think, but maybe you're right. I'll think about it. Yeah, whatever. Map names are coming back. It's no big issue. It's like a little box here or whatever. I'm kind of annoyed at the hero boxes on the side. I'm not gonna lie. What's wrong with the overlay you had? It eats so much space for shorts and TikToks. Because it ends pretty much here. In the middle. That's the problem. I don't know. I'm back at the drawing board. I'm back at the drawing board. I don't know. Very inconclusive. At least it's not horrible, I guess. At least it's not. Okay, so the poll says we need to buff undead. Done. Chat said overlay would be fine. So we're not on a horrible way. That's also good. Please don't optimize overlay for TikTok and shorts. I mean, you can find best of both worlds. And if we look at clicks, we get 100,000 clicks on a short and 5,000 clicks on a video. So there it is. What do you learn from that? Watch more videos on YouTube. We have 2 channels actually. Subscribe. Now, I'm gonna rate you to someone who's streaming more Warcraft. That was my second stream of the day, a little shorter. Still 2.5 hours. And freaking Carson is online with a very philosophical question. Hot dog with only mustard or hamburger? Well, maybe you can help him answer the question. Carson has been amazing dissecting Orc versus Undead for me and helped me a lot in understanding it better. So shout out to Carson. He's a gem and one of the coolest dudes in the scene from what I know at the moment. So send some love, follow the man, leave a sub if you have, if you thought like this dude with the head just rambling about, I don't know, mosquitoes. Never give him my prime, but maybe for Carson you have. And see you tomorrow. Super League, Moon vs. Colorful. Fly versus... No, Focus versus Life. Oh yeah! Colorful versus Moon, Focus versus Life, and Infi versus Lawliot. Very, very hyped for Infi versus Lawliot especially. This is gonna be a banger, so better tune in at 1 p.m. And then after that day, every day, 9 days straight, 40 and Lynn. And on 6 days, Happy. So we're looking to a bright future. Take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. That was a lovely stream. Loved the vibes. So much better than the last 3 days in the afternoon. I appreciate that a ton. It was very positive vibes. Take care, guys.
Opportunity. watching these replays the entire time. This is 1-2-0. Either way, that really good. They're all the same. The top 3 undeads are all fucking same. They're all owning everybody. This is what Farseer enables versus play is true, yeah. Like the pulling of the labs and shit that he was doing in the center, you just can't do that sort of stuff. Yo, Neo! It's a late stream. Late stream. Was it 10:30 for you? Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Hope you had a good stream. Hope all's good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hope the weather's good over there. I respond to your messages, brother.